How goes the family? Welcome back to Larry's Anything Goes. Hopefully you guys are having a great Sunday. Today's subject matter I'm going to be talking about is near and dear to my heart, and it's basically the subject matter is talking about entrepreneurship of a specific vineyard, and the vineyard is located until yesterday after reading this article that I came across. And the main reason why I'm talking about North Plains, Oregon, is because there's an establishment called, and I quote, Abbey Creek's Vineyard. And this was a great article I read about this man and his journey. And I always love to hear about these specific journeys because they actually inspire me and hopefully they inspire others all at the same time. All right, so the article is actually called, you can look it up so you can make sure I'm not full of it. And I will have the article in the caption on YouTube. The article, basically, the title of the article is Meet the Black Man Behind but only Hip Hop Winery. I think this is awesome. The company's motto at Abbey Creek's Vineyard is hip hop, wine, and chill. That's the deal. And I love it. And I can't wait to actually check it out myself. Or hopefully my mother enjoys it all at the same time too. And the winery is located in North Plains, Oregon, like I stated earlier. And so if you've never been, and if you've been to Oregon before, but you've never been to this specific part of Oregon and you see yourself in that vicinity, please go check this place out. And, you know, it's like I said, since I'm planning a trip out there, I can't wait to check it out myself. Now, let's get to the heart and of the owner in this nice establishment. As you can see, the owner's name is Bertoni Faustin. I believe he is of Haitian descent. So, and he's from Brooklyn, New York. He's originally from Brooklyn, New York, and he made his way out west. I'm going out west, so hey, that's why it's another thing that's just near and dear to my heart. So, you know, it's just continuously clicking all at the same time. You know what I mean? And I'll just leave it at that. Now, he is the state of Oregon's first African-American winemaker with a non-traditional flavor. And I would imagine that's probably why he's very successful, because usually when you go against the grain in life, as long as it's legal and ethical, most times if you work hard enough and have the right people around you and ambition, you'll make things work. The funny thing is that prior to Bertoni's opening his business, he didn't even drink. And I thought that was funny all at the same time. You know, the article stated that he considers himself as an accidental winemaker. Mr. Faustin, who was originally from Brooklyn, New York, moved across country to go to California. Somehow, some way, he ended up in planning his life in the great state of Oregon. Nothing wrong with that at all. Bertoni met his wife, started a family, made things work from there. His father unfortunately passed away in 2007, and definitely want to get more into his story. He passed away in 2007, and he had an epiphany know when one loses someone that is truly special to them. We do a lot of special life self-reflections. I know when I lost my grandmother last year, I was definitely doing a lot of that. And I'm sure my mother was doing the same thing. So it's never easy losing a loved one. And if you've recently lost a loved one, my heart definitely goes out to you on that one. But Tony, like so many people, wasn't happy in his occupation at the time. And his occupation, get this, he's an anesthesiologist. So, you know, he had a lot of, obviously, he went to college for a while, you know, in order for him to work his way up in that profession. He also wanted to do something to make his father proud. Luckily, his in-laws owned about 5 acres of land, you know, and that's a beautiful thing when you own land, or if you own property. I mean, you know, ownership is the key, but that's another story for another day. I talk about that all the time. So he was lucky. He married. So it's like he married up, you know, which is a good thing. You know, people who got assets. So they had 5 acres of land, and actually the family planted grapes for tax purposes. So I guess that's another thing that you get tax write-offs if you plant specific things on your property. But Bertoni had bigger ambitions in mind. Ambitions are the key. And his basic plan was that he was going to make wine. And if that didn't pan out, and this is what I love, always have that backup plan, then he would just end up making raisins on the land, or something to that effect. The thing that I respect the most about this individual, this man, is that he wasn't trying to be a trailblazer or being the first black winemaker in Oregon. He just wanted to become a successful entrepreneur. I feel the same way. I just want to be successful in regards to my online products that I sell. I want to be successful in being a landlord and a wholesaler when it comes to real estate. You know, I'm not looking to be the first anything. I just want to be successful in what I do, and hopefully I can help others be successful. and learn from others, and all that great stuff. And he seems like he's got the same genuine heart, even maybe even bigger. Haven't met him personally, so I'm not going to assume. And he wasn't really a part of the status quo. He became an entrepreneur because he wanted to do things his way. And that's the thing. A lot of times, you want to end up doing things your way, but you got to work a lot harder to be successful if you want to do things your way. If you do things the way that a specific industry or society says you have to do it, then it can be hard, but it's not as hard when you want to do things your way. And you can see how happy he is. I don't know if this is his wife or not, but happy he is. Him and his family, a patron that's outside of his establishment. You can just tell he's living a life that he doesn't have to take a vacation from. So I think that's awesome. In 2015, the state of Oregon was celebrating 50 years of wine, and Bertoni had an aha moment when he realized that he was the only black face in the crowd. And we all have those aha moments when somebody tell you one thing and you kind of shrug it off. It's like, I don't think that's really the case, but it is what it is. And then when it actually is the case, you're like, aha, I get it now. You were absolutely correct. It's cool. So after he decided to focus on, when that event occurred, he decided to focus on representing his story within the wine vineyard industry. The best way for him to highlight that was creating his own documentary called Red, White, and Black. And I definitely have to remember this because I want to actually check that documentary out, get more on his life story and how far, look at where he's come and looking where he's trying to go, all that good stuff. So, and another thing that I like about Bertoni is that he prides himself on being a non-traditional individual within a regimented industry. He enjoys the experiences and creates a great atmosphere in meeting new people and bringing different cultures, vibes to the state of Oregon. That's beautiful, man. I mean, that's what makes anything interesting when you have a various amount of cultures and perspectives intertwined within a community. I think that this makes any community much more vibrant all at the same time. And the fact that he's 30 minutes west of Portland, Oregon, the biggest major city in the state of Oregon, it just shows that how he's comfortable with being uncomfortable and going outside of the comfort zone and just making things happen and being part of a new community, being a transplant. I can't wait to be a transplant myself. But that's why I said it's like, it hits home with me with this story, so I can talk about something like this. The establishment, to get off script, it looks like a beautiful place. I actually can't wait to go to this place and check it out. I'm not even a wine drinker. I just want to go and get the experience. Sometimes experiences is just all that matters. And I think if we all just do something outside of the comfort zone, it just makes life that much more fulfilling, that much more rich, and my perspective when it comes to that. So I'm just keeping it, just being honest with it. But that's one thing I can really respect when it comes to this gentleman. And Bertoni stated, and I quote, "When guests visit Abby's Creek, they are met with hip hop playing throughout the tasting room. There isn't some fancy tour or overly informative spill. It's simple. It's simply about coming in and having a good time and getting to know the people in the room and vibing out while tasting great wines." I couldn't ask for a better place to want to go to. Even though I'm not a wine person, usually when you go out to an establishment, you just want to be able to relax and chill and feel at home. And you can tell there's definitely a family atmosphere in this setting, and that makes me want to go and take my mother there all at the same time. I think it's great. It's just a great thing. And he stated, and I quote, "I couldn't fit into the industry. I'm just going to do me." And a lot of times you just got to say to yourself, I think we all have to say that to ourselves. Let's not worry about fitting in, man. Fitting in is for the birds. We're not in high school no more. Let's just do you, I do me, and let's move forward and move on. Because just constantly worrying about what somebody thinks about you and what somebody's going to say about you, you'll always be placed in a box if that's always your primary objective. You got to go outside that comfort zone. It's not worth it. And I think trying to fit in, I always say that Steve Jobs didn't fit in, and look how his life was before he passed away. Bill Gates didn't fit in, look at him. Mark Zuckerberg didn't fit in. Russell Simmons didn't fit in. The list goes on and on. It's not about fitting in. It's just about enjoying life and doing great things for yourself and for others all at the same time. So that's how I look at it. And he stated, "To me, music sets the tone and perception of things. Our music sets the tones for what will happen. We break bread around here. I'm not going to sit and talk to you about stuff that I can Google," Bertoni said. "I'm changing the world by changing the game." The man says, "I'm changing the world by changing the game." And I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. He says, I'm giving my truth, and people love that. Finally, he made this statement to other black business owners who may feel defeated at times. And, you know, any business owner definitely feels defeated, especially in the African American community. Bertoni had this advice to say to us all, because I'm a part of that community. Don't be afraid to truly do you. You live every day, but only die once. Be transparent. People connect with that. The more you connect with people, the more things will fall into place. Simple as that. I love it. I end this video with saying, and I wanted to definitely show more pictures of him and his customers at the establishment. I end this video by saying, you can, whatever you want to truly do in this life, you can do. But I think it's just all what's pure in your desire, what's pure in your heart, what's pure in the people that you surround yourself with, and what's pure with what the, not even just the desire, and even when it happens, but then what do you do next? What's the next step in this beautiful thing called life? Because, you know, the saddest thing that happened the other day, you know, the shooting in Virginia Beach, you know, we all have one life, man, and we don't know when our time is going to come. So you got to get up with purpose. You got to get up and wake up every day of your life and one, be thankful, two, be humble, and three, have a go-getter mentality no matter what it is that you are hungry and passionate about. And that's all I can say on that. You know, there's no other way to say it, you know, because everything he stated is true in regards to being in business for yourself. Everything is, and just about life in general. We live in a time where going the traditional route of getting a job and getting a college education is doesn't always work out for us. The figures are in. The data's in. You don't have to take my word for it. Look at the data. Most of the people who go the traditional route in 2019 end up in bad debt, miserable, and have a mundane life that makes them want to go on vacation or pull their hair out all the time or just pack up their bags and say, screw it, and move. For Tony Faustin, thank you for your inspiration. And I look forward to frequenting your establishment because I know it's going to be awesome. And I like to see people do great, and I love to see people go against the grain and live outside the norm because it's very easy to do the normal thing. It's very hard to do the abnormal. And I think that's great, and you're an inspiration to us all, for Tony Faustin, and I'm looking forward to going to your establishment. Hopefully I get to meet you and vibe out with you and get the great customer service that I've seen from the reviews and from the pictures on your website. People, if you're in the Portland, Oregon area, please go to this North Plains, Oregon, which is 30 minutes west of Portland, and check out this establishment. I think this is a great thing. He's an inspiration to us all. And remember, a lot of people didn't get a chance to wake up today, and if you're watching this, you got to wake up today. So appreciate your life, appreciate every moment, appreciate those who you have in your life, and do your darndest to live your full life, period. No other way to put it. So if you guys like this video, please give it a like, please give it a thumbs up, check out my store, please subscribe to the channel, and as always, have a great day, and I'll see you guys next time. Take care.